I see you there. Is that Mr. Hudson there with you, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And are you Miss Hudson or is it Miss Kepner?
Miss Kepner.
All right. And then I see it appears as though Miss Nathanison, am I saying that correctly?
Yes, Your Honor, it's Nathanison. Yeah.
Nathanison, I see you on the line, but your camera is not working for me. I can't see you. Is Mr. Smith, are you able to see Miss Nathanison?
No, we have the same thing, a camera with a line through it.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm having problems. I'm not in my office. I'm at another location and I can't get my camera to work. I do apologize.
That's okay. Unless I hear an objection from Mr. Smith, we'll go ahead and proceed with just the audio. I was having my own technical difficulties earlier as well. So we're here in case number 2024 DR 52505 for a case management conference on an emergency motion for temporary relief, docket number 24, that was filed by Mr. Hudson, and the mother's response to the father's emergency motion for temporary relief, docket number 25, that was filed by Ms. Kepner. I'd like to hear from you, Mr. Smith, and as to the emergency situation here and how much time you believe you'll need for a hearing on the matter.
Well, Your Honor, so the court is aware, we are set on December 17th in front of the magistrate on my earlier motion.
That's on a motion for contempt, correct? But my understanding is it was just that motion that was referred to the general magistrate, so this matter would be heard before me.
Okay, Your Honor. I just wanted to make sure the court was aware of all the proceedings going on. And as far as the situation in this case, if the court isn't aware that apparently this has been made national news, and Your Honor, there's a person, John Martinez, present. Is that court personnel?
Yes, Mr. Martinez is court personnel. Yes, sir.
Okay. So in terms of what has happened, we've indicated through our other motions that my client is being denied his parenting time with the two younger children. However, it's come to our attention that we're not aware of the full details. And again, there's apparently an FBI investigation ongoing that the mother took the two younger children on a cruise, and that the older child, who's approximately 16 years of age, is a suspect in the death of the stepchild, an 18-year-old daughter that was in the same room, staying in the same room on the cruise ship. So we're very concerned with those circumstances. The parties have agreed for the 16-year-old is now placed with a maternal relative, so not with either parent, with a third party here in our area up near Hernando County.
So with a maternal relative, the 16-year-old is with a maternal relative?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and so really what's at issue in your emergency motion is the youngest child?
Correct, Your Honor.
And what would be, if the 16-year-old is in the care of someone else, is not with mom, what would be the emergency in the court needing to address the issue as to the youngest child?
Well, we feel there are some circumstances regarding that, the 16-year-old and the mother's judgment regarding that cruise that would affect, obviously that her ability to care for the minor child, the 9-year-old, in that she's making some bad choices and obviously alienating the child from the father as well. Your Honor, it's our understanding.
Well, I think we're talking about two different things. So we're talking about not getting time sharing. That's one issue, and that certainly wouldn't be considered an emergency for the court's purposes. And you do have your motion pending in December with regard to that. I think my question is really addressing more the emergency motion that was filed, not so much the mom denying the time sharing, but really the safety of the 9-year-old and whether or not the court needs to hear that on an emergency basis.
Well, Your Honor, it's our understanding that because the cruise was in international waters, that the young child, not the 9-year-old, but the 16-year-old was allowed to drink the teenagers were given their own room in which to stay. Just a lot of circumstances that show that the mother in this case was not exercising appropriate supervision over this child or the other child involved.
Okay. How much time do you believe it would take you to put on your case in chief on your emergency motion for temp relief?
A half an hour, Your Honor.
People from Southampton all the
And
way
which,
to
and what witnesses do you intend to call?
Well, at this point, Your Honor, it would be the father. I think the 16-year-old, we don't really want to put him in the middle of it. But I may have to call him as to some of the circumstances.
Well, and you recognize, of course, that the court would need to approve that in advance, given that the court must give permission in order for the minor child to testify.
Yes, Your Honor. And then obviously I think I can elicit most of the testimony from the former wife and the stepfather as well.
So you intend to call 3, if not potentially 4 witnesses: the mother, the stepfather, the father, and possibly the minor child, the 16-year-old.
Yes, Your Honor. Briefly.
Okay, so I don't know how we do that in half an hour.
Well, you said well, yeah, I understand my
Okay.
side of the case.
Yeah. All right. Ms. Athanasson, would you like to be heard with regard to your response as well as time to put on your side of the case?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. There is currently an FBI investigation as well with regard to the 16-year-old, and as well as there was a DCF involvement, and there's a DCF open investigation on the father in this case. The FBI has cleared my client from any wrongdoing. She's not considered a suspect in this matter at all. I would have difficulty in them putting the 16-year-old on the stand because I don't want anything done that would incriminate the young man. Mom, immediately after the incident, he was hospitalized, and then when released from the hospital, mom and dad participated too. They signed a stipulation basically allowing him to live with mom's relative, and they're getting counseling and so forth for him. So I don't see that there's any emergency relative to the youngest child. The issue that counsel raised about drinking, there are videotapes on the ship that confirm that there was absolutely no drinking, and that and DCF investigated and saw that there was no alcohol in mom's house whatsoever. So I'm not sure where that's coming from, but if that's the case, I would think in order for me to move forward on that motion, I would need to subpoena the DCF worker and possibly the FBI investigator as to those issues, as well as the mother and the stepfather. So those are all,
So
witnesses.
You'd have 4 witnesses as well.
That is correct, Your Honor. And I would think, at least on my end, and I mean, I'm going to think it would need at least an hour and a half. I mean, because it seems like an hour seems like a long time, but it's not really when you start putting witnesses on the stand.
For me, I'm thinking this is a 2.5 to 3 hour hearing by the
Yes.
sounds of it.
Yes.
I do believe that I need to hear this on an emergency basis. So I will ask my judicial assistant, what is the first available time I have to hear this? Ms. Opperman? December 1st at 9 a.m.
Can I speak? He has a psychiatrist appointment on December 1st.
Ma'am, just a second. Hold on. I want you to be able to talk with your attorney before you speak. If she says it's okay for you to speak,
Okay.
I'm okay with that, but I think you need to run that by her first.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, I have a hearing at 9:45 in Pasco County on a motion for contempt that I have to be in person for. So I can't be available at 9 a.m.
Okay, well, this is an emergency motion, so that this would certainly trump the motion for contempt in Pasco County.
Okay. I mean, I would have to ask the judge's office. You know, if they would allow the continuance.
Is it your motion?
No, I'm defending it.
All right. What else do I have, Ms. Opperman? I have December the 5th at 9 a.m.
I can do that.
Mr. Smith,
Yes, Your Honor, that's fine.
is that going to give you ample time, Ms. Athanasson, to subpoena the folks you need with the FBI and DCF?
I'm hoping, I don't know, with the Thanksgiving holiday, I can't fully and honestly answer that question. I know I can get subpoenas served, but I don't know what will happen beyond that point.
Okay, so do I have all morning just in the event that we need it? Okay, so what we'll do is we'll schedule the hearing on the emergency motion for temporary relief. It'll be set on December the 5th at 9 a.m. in the morning. It'll be set from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. That should give you ample time to issue any subpoenas that you need. If it is your intent, Mr. Smith, to have the minor child testify, you'll need to file a motion in advance of that. In all honesty, I would anticipate that the child will choose not to testify and will invoke his Fifth Amendment right. But I don't know. But if you are intending to call him, you will need to file a motion with the court prior to the hearing.
Yes, Your Honor, and I'll further discuss that with my client. He may choose not to call the child.
Okay. Is there anything I need to address then? Anything else, Mr. Smith?
Is that going to be in person, Your Honor, or virtual?
That will be in person. Yes, it will be here at the Moore Justice Center in person.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Athanasson?
Yes, I did file a motion for non-dissemination. The press has been hounding both myself and my client. I don't know about opposing
Okay,
counsel.
let me let you know this, Ms. Athanasson. I am in an open courtroom, and it appears to be, I have several members of the press here currently. I have not reviewed that motion. When did you file it?
It would have been filed yesterday.
Okay. I will review that, but I will advise you that there are some folks that appear to be from the press here today.
Okay.
All right. So if I could get you, Mr. Smith, to do the notice of hearing for the hearing on 12/5 at 9 a.m. for me,
Yes, Your Honor.
and file any additional motions if you intend to have the minor child testify.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you very much. That concludes the proceedings.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.